House of the Dragon Season 2 might be over, but House of the Dragon Mondays are not done just yet. I will not let them go quietly into the night. Their watch has not ended just yet. We will have another House of the Dragon Monday. In today's video, I want to break down what I think is going to happen in Season 3. So spoilers ahead, spoilers for the book. This is how I would structure Season 3 going into Season 4. So obviously, at the end of Season 2, we had Alicent Hightower go tell Rhaenyra, hey, in a couple days, Aemond is leaving. I will let you come to King's Landing and take the throne. You can kill my son and all that jazz, and this war can be over. So I think early in Season 2, we are going to have a bunch of big beat moments from the book happen, including Rhaenyra taking the throne. But before that happens, there is a very large thing that needs to happen that I think we'll see probably in episode 1 of Season 3. Now, obviously, we know Rhaenyra's other children, Joffrey, Aegon, and Viserys were put in charge by Rhaena. Rhaena was watching over these kids in the Vale, but if you read the books, that those kids are eventually put on a boat and they head to Essos. And while on their way to Essos, they get attacked by a bunch of pirates and a bunch of other shit goes on. And of course, you get Jace that comes in to try to save them. And this is something that's going to happen, I think, in the first episode. Jace comes in to try to save them. And of course, spoiler alert again, if you guys do not want to know, Jace is going to die. And this was a moment that I thought would happen in the Season 2 finale. I understand why they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to have back-to-back finales with Rhaenyra's son dying in both finales and having that same kind of thematical ending. But Jace is going to die. He does not survive this war. He is going to die there. And then there's going to be a very interesting story dynamic when Rhaena shows up with a dragon, not watching over the kids that Rhaenyra had left her with. So Rhaena's gonna be like, hey, I got Sheep Stealer, I got a dragon, isn't that cool? And Rhaenyra's gonna be like, you got my son killed, you bitch. And that's gonna be a whole thing that I can't wait to see that dynamic. In the books, of course, Rhaena does not get a dragon. Instead, it is a dragon seed called Nettle, I believe her name is. Now, this is a different character that has a personal connection to Rhaenyra. I mean, she's her daughter-in-law, in a way. And also her stepdaughter. The Targaryens, man, they're confusing. And also her cousin? God damn. George R.R. Martin, you are gross. But we will see that happen. It's obviously going to have a big effect on Rhaenyra, but immediately after that, we will see Aemond going for Harrenhal, which means Daemon and Rhaenyra take the Iron Throne. We are going to see Rhaenyra take the throne, sit on it, unlike Stannis, unlike Robb Stark, unlike all these characters that tried to take the throne in Game of Thrones and never actually got it. Rhaenyra does get it. And throughout the rest of the next season, I think we'll get a bunch of Rhaenyra kind of managing the politics of King's Landing and all the stuff that goes on there with kind of how the people don't really take to her that kindly. And of course, her and Alicent, her and Helaena, Aegon being snuck out of King's Landing, she will probably blame that on Alicent and become sort of a mad queen with the death of her son and the presumed death of one of her other sons. And then the tensions between her and Rhaena and Daemon, who is the father of Rhaena, probably not liking that his wife is trying to pretty much kill his daughter. That is going to be a major dynamic in the next season. Aemond kind of losing his mind, knowing that this war is sort of lost, but also at the same time knowing that the Hightower army with Daeron, who I'm sure will be a big character in Season 3, is marching up north. I think one of the biggest things that we will have next season as well is this build up to the Aemond versus Daemon kind of matchup. Of course, we know that is going to happen. It's been teased so much. I think it will happen probably by the Season 3 finale, the Battle of the God's Eye, Daemon versus Aemond. It is going to be epic. Now, the big question is, where is next season going to leave off? Of course, we know Season 4 will be the final season, so how far will Season 3 take it to leave enough of Season 4 to be able to tell a story there? I think Season 3 is going to end with the death of Rhaenyra. Yet again, if you didn't want to be spoiled, I'm so sorry ahead of time. You should have left at the beginning of the video, but yes, Rhaenyra does not survive this war. She wins the war, but technically she loses. The Blacks win, but Rhaenyra does not win because she dies. If you didn't know, at some point in Fire and Blood, you see this moment where King's Landing rises up against Rhaenyra. The dragon seeds turn on her, and these people of King's Landing also rise up against her, and they go to the dragon pit and they kill all the dragons. Rhaenyra loses another son as Joffrey hops on Syrax and flies to go save all the dragons, and guess what? He gets thrown off Syrax. He's dead. Rhaenyra is an even madder queen, but she still has one kid, Aegon. So she takes Aegon and she says, we need to leave. We need to escape to Dragonstone so I can rebuild up my army, take back King's Landing, and win the trust of the people. So she goes to Dragonstone, and guess what she finds there? But Aegon II, her brother, who is angry and pissed and half dead with his half-dead dragon, and what does he do? Feeds her to his dragon. Aegon technically wins the Dance of the Dragons. I think that's where the season's gonna end, with Aegon back on the Iron Throne, Rhaenyra dead, and a kingdom kind of like, what the fuck? That would be a big way to end the season, and also a way to piss off the fans and make fans go, how do we have a Season 4? It would be a kind of Red Wedding type moment that this show hasn't had yet. A moment where it's like, listen, the good guys, or at least the main characters, aren't always going to win in the world of Westeros. In fact, they almost never win, except for Season 8, I guess. And then in Season 4, I think we will get the Hour of the Wolf, and we will get, I think Season 4 will kind of match Season 1 in the sense that I think we'll get big time jumps. I think we will get a decade-spanning story that we will see over the course of 10 episodes. You'll get the Hour of the Wolf, you'll get a bunch of stuff with the Starks wanting to go across Westeros, just punishing everybody, and then I think we will get the regency of Aegon III, as he is this boy king who's growing up, just completely traumatized over the death of his mother, and we will see how these regents kind of abuse their power and rule Westeros, and that will lead to, of course, the return of Viserys Targaryen, the other son of Rhaenyra, how that all matches up, and I think there is a lot of story to still be told in kind of the decade after the Dance of the Dragons, and I think that will be the bulk of Season 4. And how far will that go? I don't know. My guess is it will go up to Aegon's death, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but that is my prediction on what we have coming in House of the Dragon. Let me know down below what you think, and are you excited for Season 3? Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more, turn on notifications. I will see you in the next one.